Hey friends, today we're going to be drawing a lunar eclipse.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to draw a lunar eclipse diagram to help explain how a lunar eclipse even happens.
Yes.
We hope you're going to follow along. You need your drawing supplies. We're using markers, but you can use whatever you have. You also need some
Paper and something to color with.
Yeah, and because we're using markers to draw and color with, we're also using marker paper to draw on. And we're also going to use a ruler.
Yes.
You ready to start?
Yep.
Let's start with our paper horizontal so that we have more room to draw the diagram. We're going to start with the sun, or a big circle over here on the left side. And if you have a template to trace around, you can, or just draw freehand. I like drawing freehand because it's fun to practice.
Yes. But at the same time, we also have a ruler
Yes.
for later.
Yeah, that's true. We're using a ruler. You don't have to use a ruler if you want to draw the straight lines freehand.
Yeah.
We're going to, though. Let's do it. We're going to draw. Oh, let's add a little point over here. So I'm going to put this halfway through the sun. I wish I drew my sun as big as yours.
Sun.
Your sun. Okay, and then we're going to draw a little point way over here on the other side. So just kind of in half, we're going to split the sun in half and put a guide point all the way over here. Cool. Now let's start here, and we're going to draw a line that lines up with the bottom of the circle or the sun and the dot, the guide dot that we have over here. I'm going to press down really hard so that it doesn't move, and then we're going to draw a line to that point. So these are lines that represent sun rays, or the light coming from our sun. Then we're going to draw another guideline, not a guideline, but a sun ray that goes from the top of the sun to the same point. We're also creating the shadow that's being cast from the Earth onto the moon. All right. Next, we're going to draw the Earth, and we're going to draw it right here in the middle of our paper. And we're going to try to draw this circle so that it fits inside of this triangle shape. So I'm going to draw it right here. We could also draw it a little closer to the sun, although it's further away. If the Earth was that close, it might
Melt.
get really hot. Melt, yeah. So there's our Earth. So it goes sun.
It's a really square Earth.
No, that's okay. It's perfect. And I love that our two drawings don't look exactly the same. We say it all the time.
Because the most important thing is to have fun.
Yeah, and to
Practice.
Practice. Remember to have fun and practice. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Earth. What are we missing?
The moon.
Yeah, the moon. Let's draw it over here. We're going to draw it smaller. And I'm going to draw it right about here. And we're going to draw the circle inside of the triangle. I went outside a little bit. That's okay. Yes, there we go. So it's the sun casting a shadow from the Earth onto the moon, and that's what makes a lunar eclipse.
Wow.
Yeah, so when we look at the moon, we see a big shadow on it, and actually light comes from the sun, and it refracts around, it bends, that's another word for refracting is bending, around the Earth, and that's what makes the moon actually look reddish brown.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool when you see one. This triangle shape that we have right here is actually the darkest part of the shadow, which is called the umbra. And we're also going to draw the penumbra shadow, which is slightly lighter than this one. And to create that, we're going to draw another sun ray line. Whoa, this one's going to be crazy big. We're going to start from here. That's because we drew the Earth so close to the sun. So this angle is going to be crazy. We're going to draw it really big.
Big penumbra.
A big penumbra, yeah. So we're just going to line up the bottom of the sun with the top of the Earth. And we're going to draw a line, and we can keep going past until we get way over here. There you go. Nice. Then we're going to repeat that same step, but going down. And we're going to line it up with the top of the sun and the bottom of the Earth this time. And we're going to draw a line that goes all the way through and continues past down here. We did it. So here's our sun, Earth, the moon, and then this dark shadow in here, we're going to color really dark. This is the umbra, and then the lighter shadow is out here. This is called the penumbra. All right, we're not completely done. We still need to
Color it.
Yeah, this part will fast forward, but at the end you can pause the video to match our same coloring. You ready to fast forward?
Yes.
Jack, we did it! We finished drawing and coloring our lunar eclipse, and it turned out awesome. I love how it looks all colored in.
Yeah, I hope our art friends will color their drawings too.
Yeah, we used our Art for Kids hub markers. If you have the same set, we used 35 yellow for the sun, 34 orange for the sun rays around. Then we also used 66 blue and 54 green for the earth. Used a lighter green, 59.
Yeah.
And then we also used 2 light grays, CG1 and CG5 for the moon. Then we used darker gray, CG7 for the inside part. Do you remember what that was called? The dark shadow.
The umbra.
Yeah, and then the lighter shadow, we used CG5, and that was called
The penumbra.
Yeah. Now let's also use another color, 122, to layer on top of our moon, because sometimes when you get a lunar eclipse, it has a reddish brown hue to the moon. Yeah, there we go. Also remember, you don't have to use markers or our set. You could use different markers. You could also use something completely different like crayons or colored pencils.
We hope you have fun drawing a lunar eclipse with us.
We do. We hope you had a lot of fun, and we'll see you later, art friends. Goodbye.
Goodbye.